Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson 7 in the Aqeedah series. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So we continue with the poem by Sheikh Ahmed al-Murzuqi in Aqeedah al-Awam, the Masih's Creed. And it's the same line. وَقَائِمٌ وَغَنِيٌّ وَوَاحِدٌ وَحَيٌّ قَادِرٌ مُرِيدٌ عَالِمٌ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. So we're in this last part, the two new attributes that we're learning today, and then we'll finish with this line to go to the next line. Muridun. So that's irada, that's will. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the attribute of will, that He is able to decide, He's able to choose, He's able to make a decision in things. And alimun bi kulli shay, He is alim, He is the knower, He is all knowledgeable. So ilm, knowledge, is another attribute that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is described with. So going on to irada, the opposite is ikrah, that it's compelled. So God has to have will, because if He's not able to do what He wants, what He wills, what He wants to do, then He's compelled. He's forced to. He's under compulsion, and that means He's unable. So God cannot be unable. So this pre-eternal attribute from this sifatul ma'ani that we're looking at, these attributes of meaning, that these characteristics that are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is one of them. It's a pre-eternal, so it's always there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a will, and He willed us into being. He willed us to have what we have. في أي سورة ما شاء ركبك, that He's composed you in the form that He willed. He wants you to have that nose, He wants you to have that eyes, He wants you to have that face, that stature, tall, short, fat, small, thin, how your body is, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed, and it was. إنما قولنا لشيء إذا أردناه أن نقول له كن فيكون, أن نقول له كن فيكون. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our word unto a thing, when we want intended, is only that we say unto it, be, and it is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says kun fayakun, and it is. So Allah can choose what He wants, what He wills. إلا ما شاء الله, except what He wills. إن ربك فعال لما يريد, that Allah is indeed your Lord, your owner, your Rabb, your Creator is fa'al. He's the doer. He's the only fa'al. He's the one who does things. Lima yurid, fa'alu lima yurid, that whatever He wants to, whatever He wills, He does it like that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has that, as you said, power in the previously. Now, with that power, He's able to do all things. With irada, with will, He does exactly what He wants to and what He wills. So He chooses a specific track. Everyone has a specific track that we're going in this life. Pens have already dried, scrolls, the scrolls have already rolled up. Everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Every single person's destination, how it's going to be, because the next sifa attribute is knowledge. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has knowledge of all things and our endings and everything. So irada, a very key attribute for a God, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is able to will and do what He wants, and there's no one to challenge Him or make Him compelled to do anything else. Now, so we said power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then, yes, so specifies through irada what is that He wants, what He wills to do with us. Now, we also have a will. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a free choice. So when I mentioned predestination, fate, the decree, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly what's going to happen to us, but we have a choice in life. So we know we can, we have that choice, not in our appearance, how we change ourselves. Allah has given us this in our body and how it's going to be as we go throughout life. What might fail, what might start to deteriorate as life goes on, which is a normal thing. But we have things, our ability is that will, we have a choice, the decision to what deeds we want to do. We want to do the actions of the ones who are successful, the ones who will get salvation and Jannah and reward, or we do the actions of those who will be the ones who will be the losers, the ones who have the fire as their end. So we have a choice in the actions we do. And going on to then now al-ilm. So I'll begin with a poem. So ilm, knowledge, had had a conversation with al-aql, the intellect, so the mind. So mind and knowledge had a conversation. And the poem goes, علم العقيل علم العليم وعقل العقيل اختلفا أي الذي منهما قد أحرز الشرف فالعلم قال أنا أحرزت غايته والعقل قال أنا الرحمن بعرفه فافصل العلم إفصاحا وقال له بأين الله في فرقاني اتصف فبان للعقل أن العلم سيده فقبل العقل رأس العلم وانصرف. So this is a poem that we learned. I've learned it in Aqeedah, in this topic. I've come across this in fiqh as well. So to try to show us the position of ilm, knowledge. And this is now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being described as one who is knowledgeable, one who has knowledge, a pre-internal attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So knowledge of the knower and mind of the intellectual differed. Which of us two has attained nobility? Who is the most noble? So al-ilm says, I have attained its objective, and the mind said, I am ar-Rahman, with it I am known. So knowledge declared openly and a frank statement to the intellect, to the mind. Which of us two has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His Furqan, in His distinguisher, the book Al-Quran, described Himself? So it became clear to the mind that knowledge is its master. So it went and kissed the knowledge on its head and left. So this is knowledge describing itself, that Allah has described in the Quran, not with Him as being al-aqil. So I started off with aqlul aqil, the mind of the intellectual. Allah has not described Himself as al-aqil, but He has described Himself as al-alim. So ilmul alim. So Allah is the most knowledgeable, the knowledgeable, and knowledge one. So Allah is described as has that He has the attribute of knowledge, and as it comes in the Quran, وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ, and above all those who know knowledge, all of those who are knowledgeable, is Al-Alim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Alim, and He is above those who have knowledge, the most knowledgeable. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, that indeed you are the all-hearing, the all-knowing. إِنَّ اللَّهَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with all things, everything. Allah is aware and Allah knows. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows, He wills with His power, and this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He, with His knowledge, He knows what is, all that He has willed into being, and that He did not will into being. Allah had a choice and He decided to that specific track, and Allah knows each track, whatever was the unknown, the things that He did not create, the non-existent routes. So if He did this, what would have happened? Allah knows every single route, every single possibility. He knows all the outcomes, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware of all things. Nothing goes by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, goes past Him. He's aware of every single thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is attributed with knowledge, and this is one attribute that He had from before. So these are the next two attributes that we're saying about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one who has will and one who has ilm, because the opposite of not having knowledge is of having knowledge is the one who is ignorant, and the one who does not have a will is the one who is compelled. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is far from that. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.